Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Type back into the video today, and today we're going to be previewing the 2023 MLB World Series, as it is the Texas Rangers and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Before I get into it, honestly, I'm going to ask this question in the comment section. I know there's not going to be any answers because nobody had the Texas Rangers and the Arizona Diamondbacks in the World Series. I don't think anybody would have thought, especially the Diamondbacks. I mean, you knew they were a young, rising team. They had the talent to eventually be successful, but I don't think anybody saw them being in the World Series. I think a lot of people saw the Texas Rangers as being a potential playoff threat and potential maybe threat to the Astros in winning the division. But I don't think really anybody else really thought they'd make it to the World Series other than Texas Rangers fans. So this is definitely a surprising World Series matchup between the Diamondbacks and the Rangers. Two higher seeds, the Diamondbacks, the 6th seed. What is it? This is like the third time in the last 4 years or 5 years maybe that a last seed in the NL is in the World Series. Last year, it's back-to-back years, 2 6 seeds are the representing the National League. Last year, the Phillies were the 6th seed in the playoffs in the National League. They went to the World Series. They lost. This year, now the Diamondbacks, the 6th seed. And then in 2019, they only had 4 seeds in the playoffs back then. The Nationals were the 4 seed, and they went to the World Series, and they won. So 2019, 2022, and 2023, you've seen a last seed in the National League make it to the World Series. So it's going to be interesting to see, who comes out on top. It's going to be a fun series, though. Let's get into the schedule for this series, and then I'm going to be going over my predictions, game by game, and players. Getting into it, all games are at 7:03, all 7 games if necessary. Game 6, Game 5, Game 6, Game 7 if necessary. Friday, October 27th is Game 1, and that's at 7:03. All games are on Fox as well. Then Saturday you have Game 2, 7:03, same time. Then Sunday, day off, the travel day, going to Arizona, and that game is Sunday. Game 3 is Sunday, and that is at 7:03, of course. Then Game 4 is on Halloween, Monday at 7:03. Then Game 5 is Tuesday, first day of November, and then they have Wednesday off, they have Wednesday off, and then they play Thursday, November 3rd at 7:03, and then Friday, November 4th at 7:03. And so, that's how the series is playing out with times and games. Game 5, Game 6, Game 7 is all if necessary, and let's get into my predictions. All right, Game 1, I have the Texas Rangers starting this series out with a win at home. But then I have the Diamondbacks taking Game 2. I have the Diamondbacks taking Game 3 as well. I have the Rangers tying the series up in Game 4, tie the series up at 2 apiece. But then I have the Diamondbacks winning the next 2 games, Game 5 at home, and then Game 6 on the road to win this series in 6 games. I have the Diamondbacks winning this series in 6 games. I think it's going to be a great series, though. Wouldn't shock me if the Rangers won it, but I like the Diamondbacks. I really do. I think they're a great team. I think they're definitely the underdogs against the Rangers, and getting into some predictions for the Rangers. I think Corey Seager. I think he's going to have a huge series. He wasn't that great against Houston. I mean, he was great in the last game, but besides that, he really didn't do much. It was guys like Adolis Garcia and Mitch Garver and Josh Young and Jonah Heim who were having great series for the Rangers. But Corey Seager really didn't come clutch until the last game, where I think he went 3 for 5 in the last game, Game 7. But, I think Corey Seager is going to have a huge series, have a bounce back. I'm not going to say Marcus Simeon's going to have a huge series. He hasn't been great in the playoffs so far. I think he has an okay series. For Adolis Garcia, I think he continues to be a monster in the playoffs. I think that's another thing. I think that's another hitter can have a really good series as well for the Rangers. And I think the rest of the lineup is going to do their thing. As for the Diamondbacks, Corbin Carroll was not that good in the NLCS. I think he'll have a great bounce back for the Diamondbacks, and I think their pitching throughout the series should be solid as well. And I think the rest of their lineup will do good too. Gurriel Jr., I think he has a good series. Ketel Marte, I think he'll have another good series coming off the NLCS MVP. So I think it's going to be a really good series. I think either one of these teams can win this series. It's not like you look at one team in this series, whether the Diamondbacks or the Rangers, and you look at that team and you say, this team's definitely winning this series. Either team can win it. I think it's definitely possible this series could go to 7 games, but I like the Diamondbacks in 6. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and peace out.